Hey everyone, welcome to Math Tutor Hub, where math finally makes sense. So I am your math teacher for today. I am Aaron Justin Beltran, but you can call me Sir AG for short. Today we're going to tackle about the different laws of exponents. So grab a notebook and let's learn together.
Okay, what is exponent? First, a quick reminder, an exponent tells us how many times to multiply a base number by itself. For example, the expression 5 raised to 3. The base is 5 and the exponent is 3. This simply means 5 times 5 times 5. Okay. The laws of exponent are a set of rules that act as shortcuts for working with this expression. They help us simplify problems without having to write out every single multiplication. So 5 raised to 3, 5 times 5 times 5 is equal to 125. Okay, very good. Now we go to the law of exponent. Our first law is the product rule. Our first rule is the product rule. It's for when you multiply two expressions that have the same base. When multiplying exponent with the same base, you add the exponent. Now for our formula for the product rule, is a raised to m times a raised to n equals a raised to m plus n. Okay, that is our formula for our product rule. Now let's have an example. Let's look at 2 raised to 3 times 2 raised to 4. Okay, now the base is the same, which is 2. The exponent are 3 and 4. According to the rule, we just add the exponent 3 plus 4. So 2 raised to 3 times 2 raised to 4 is equal to 2 raised to 3 plus 4. Now 2 raised to 3 plus 4 is 2 raised to 7. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So that is our product rule. Okay. Now let's go to the second rule, which is the quotient rule. The quotient rule is the opposite of the product rule. It's for when you divide two expressions with the same base. When dividing exponent with the same base, you subtract the exponent. Now let's go to the formula for the quotient rule. Okay, formula is a raised to m over a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. Okay, now let's have an example. Let's simplify x raised to 7 over x raised to 3. So the base is the same, which is x. Now we subtract the exponent in the denominator from the exponent in the numerator. So x raised to 7 over x raised to 3 is equal to x raised to 7 minus 3. Now x raised to 7 minus 3, 7 minus 3 is 4. Now we have x raised to 4. That is the quotient rule. Let's go to the next law, the power rule. The power rule is used when you have an exponent raised to another exponent. When an exponent is raised to a power, you multiply the exponent. Now, we have here the formula for the product rule. Okay, a raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to m times n. Okay, now let's simplify 4 raised to 2 times raised to 3. Okay, now the base is 4. Now the exponent are 2 and 3. Okay, we multiply the exponent 2 times 3. Now, so 4 raised to 2 times raised to 3 is equal to 4 raised to 2 times 3. Okay, now 4 raised to 2 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6. Now our answer is 4 raised to 6. That is the product rule. Okay, now we have the next law, which is the zero exponent rule. This one is short and a little mind-bending, but it's super important. Any number except 0 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So for our formula for the zero exponent rule, is a raised to 0 is equal to 1, where a is not equal to 0. Okay, that is the formula for our zero exponent rule. Now let's look at 8 raised to 0. So the rule says that 8 raised to 0 equals 1. But why? Let's use our quotient rule. We know that 5 raised to 3 over 5 raised to 3 must be equal to 1, because anything divided by itself is 1. But if we apply the quotient rule, we get 5 raised to 3 over 5 raised to 3 is equal to 5 raised to 3 minus 3. That is 5 raised to 0. Okay, since both answers must be the same, we can logically conclude that 5 raised to 0 is equal to 1. This works for any base. So that is the zero exponent rule. Now we go to the last law of exponent, the negative exponent rule. A negative exponent indicates a reciprocal. To make the exponent positive, you move the base to the opposite side of the fraction. So this is our formula for the negative exponent rule. So a raised to negative n is equal to 1 over a raised to n. So now let's simplify 3 raised to negative 2. So this is the same as 3 raised to negative 2 over 1. To make the exponent positive, we move the base 3 raised to negative 2 to the denominator and change the sign of the exponent. So 3 raised to negative 2 is equal to 1 over 3 raised to 2. That is equal to 1 over 9. Okay, this rule is incredibly useful for simplifying expressions. And there you have it, the 5 fundamental laws of exponent. They might seem like a lot to remember at first, but with practice, they'll become second nature. So, a final recap. What is the formula for our product rule? Is a raised to m times a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. So our formula for the quotient rule is a raised to m over a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. Okay, we subtract. Now the power rule is a raised to m times raised to n is equal to a raised to m times n. So we multiply. How about the zero exponent rule? a raised to 0 is equal to 1. Okay, how about the negative exponent rule? A raised to negative n is equal to 1 over a raised to n. So that is the laws of exponent.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. That's all. Goodbye!